Grounds, what grounds? What do you mean, what grounds? This why, So then the Vishnu Dutta is described about Bhagavat Dhamma, Bhagavat Dhamma, about the potency of the holy name, that simply by chanting the holy name one can be free of more sinful activities that one can possibly commit. And simply by chanting Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
That's it. Everyone's clean of sinful action. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Now your path is clear. It's already clear anyway. Back to the kingdom of God. So then they describe about the glories of the holy name. The glories of the holy. Simply by chanting the holy name, you can be free of it. And that's in one sense, a lot of devotees come to that conclusion. Ultimately, got no hope. Got no hope. When we actually see how much attached we are to this world of matter, how much attached are we? How maddened are we? How maddeningly is our mind attached? How are we easily captured to thinking we can find happiness in this world of matter? It's amazing. Despite reading the scriptures, so much suffering, this suffering, that suffering, in birth, in the womb, suffering like hell, old age, this, that, this. Still, sometimes we look towards material energy. Perhaps, I can be happy. Perhaps I can make. It's possible to be happy. Again, it is. But then we realize the only hope is the holy name. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Just one second. It's their only hope is the chanting. What power do we have to do? Even one sense, we've got some, but to do, sadhana. Can we do the sadhana like Raghunath Das Goswami? His sadhana is like lines on stone. Our sadhana is like lines in soap. Like you make some vow, I'm going to chant, whatever. I'm going to fast on the Ekadashi, and I don't know, someone's birthday comes along and a big cheesecake goes by. Alright, perhaps the next birthday, perhaps the next occasion. We make so many vows, we do this, and we get so many. But bloody right, I remember there was one a few years back. There was in Bhaktan Samana. There was one class. There's one devotee was just. Some other way. This devotee is describing that although he wasn't practicing, wasn't associating so much with devotees. His sadhana wasn't so good, this and that, and kind of got sidetracked. But one thing he managed to do, which was the only reason he was present in that particular assembly of devotees in that particular class, although everything else was a little bit wobbly. The only thing he said, the only thing that's kept me here to this day is because I've chanted my rounds. He chanted his rounds every day, despite what was going on. So ultimately, the holy name is a means, is the means and the ends. Yeah, it's a means for purification, and it's a means for actually making us qualified. So that's why it's described. That's why if we realize the glories of the holy name, we should spend some time. Janananda Maharaj was advising the other day. He said, spend some time reading about the glories of the holy name. Like yesterday, I read a little bit. I read from Jai Vidama, where Bhaktivinoda Thakur is describing about the holy name. If we read about the holy name, and we read about the glories of the holy name, and we understand how important it is, the holy name, then we will be attentive. The only reason we're not attentive, well, different reasons. One is because our mind is a little bit habituated. But another reason is we don't realize how important it is. How important is the holy name. It should be, I'm preaching to myself here, it should be like breathing. It should be as important as breathing. Actually more important than breathing, isn't it? To chant the holy name is more important than breathing. You know, better we chant the holy name and die rather than breathe and not chant the holy name. It's so important, yeah, to be attentive. Yeah. So be attentive to the holy name. Yeah? Because the more attentive we are, then the more, the more attentive we are to the holy name, then we get love of God. It's as simple as that. If you don't offend the holy name and you're attentive to the holy name and you're following and you're avoiding the offences, you will attain love of God. Yeah? There is no doubts about it. Yeah? There's no doubts about it. And the only reason perhaps we might not be tasting love of God, or different reasons. Perhaps the Lord is waiting a little bit first. But other reasons might be also, is that just because we're not attentive. So anyway, so at least namabas, at least our chanting should be namabas. Yeah? Shouldn't be namaprab. We should learn to chant the holy name. Yeah? And it's such a... But again, we're dependent upon the holy name as well. That's why there's different Bhaktivinoda Thakur, different acharyas. If you read their translation of the holy name, or they actually pray to the holy name to be able to listen to the holy name. Oh my dear Harinama, oh my dear, please allow me. This should be our mood, yeah? Before we begin the chanting of the holy name. Please attract my mind, that's it. Asking, please attract my mind. Yeah? My dear holy name, please reveal yourself so that my silly, stupid mind can actually be absorbed in you. Yeah? Can actually be absorbed in you. Yeah? And the holy name, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has wonderful descriptions where the holy name actually will this Siddha Pranali, not so relevant to us today, this process of Siddha Pranali, but of one where one is actually given one's spiritual position in the spiritual world. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur, by a spiritual master, Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions that the holy name will give all of that. The holy name will reveal, everything. Everything the holy name will reveal. We give our lives to chanting the holy name. And we do have plenty of time to try and perfect our chanting. But again, it's not a material thing. It's a spiritual thing. This came to mind because I was thinking the other day. I was just seeing how my mind is so distracted. Trying to focus on the holy name. I was thinking, wait a minute. I've been doing this for 2 hours every day, and I'm still struggling. Like, imagine if you did something materially 2 hours every day, isn't it? You might get a bit expert at it, isn't it? If you sat down and if you study something 2 hours every day and you concentrate and you try to do it really nicely, you hope after 10 years you'll be able to, you'll be able to have some, But the holy name is not material. It's not like that. It's the holy name is Krishna. So I was just, it's Krishna's, it's Krishna, it's spiritual. You may be chanting so many years, but if your attitude is not right, or if you're offending the Vaishnavas, sorry, doors close. Doors on the holy name close. No entry. You can try everything you want. You can chant with a bucket on your head. You can chant this and that. You can Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. There won't be no ruchi over there. Because of some inappropriate dealings or one's not, you can try everything you want. Eventually it's described that the holy name is more merciful than Krishna. Something amazing. It's more merciful than Krishna. Okay, we made some offences. The doors are closed, We're trying to chant. There's no taste. It's just like chewing, chewing sawdust. But we should keep chanting anyway. Then eventually the mercy of the holy name will come through again. Right? Just like described, the example is given, just like if some servant may offend the king, may upset the king, then the king's going to be really frightened, really upset with the servant who made a big blunder. So, it's going to take perhaps it's not as if the king's going to forgive the blundering servant, straight away, because he's frightened. And it's a bit of a material example. But it's the same way, the holy name like that, if you make it takes some time. But eventually, if we keep chanting, then we will overcome. So, let's do one. Is there any questions or comments on this point?